This episode of Says Who is brought to you. That's right. It's brought to you by you. Like every other episode of Says Who is. Through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. Our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a little half-hour episode of a little thing we call the Town Watch, which has now been going on for much longer than most normal podcasts. So, you know, we got that going for us. That's if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. $10 a month level also gets you a sticker in the mail because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club when you give it that level, and you get a little envelope of joy in your inbox.
Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
Dan, are you okay?
We'll get to it.
Oh my God, he's really broken, you guys.
Nah, I'm not that broken.
Books. I got a new book that's coming out on August 6th called Death at Morning House. Please put it on your radar. I'll have pre-order information, but it's coming to you.
I feel like that's new information. Last week, I don't think you knew a date, or you couldn't talk about a date.
Oh, I've had the date for a while.
Oh, well, I feel like the first I'm hearing of it.
Oh, I think I thought I'd said it before.
No, I don't think so.
August.
I got to start working on my big murder house costume that I'm going to wear on August 6th.
Oh, wow. Far out.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
You know it.
But it's all go. In fact, I was just talking to my UK publicist before I got on this call with Here Dan, so it's all cooking.
It's
US
all
stuff,
cooking.
UK stuff, it's all happening. So, and of course, any additions that go to SaysWhovians come with an extra piece of my heart.
Aw.
Yeah.
She means that literally.
Yeah,
She's
I actually
going to have surgery.
It's very, very small. I'm like just a couple cells, but I just kind of stick them right in the creepy.
That's nice. That's
Creepy.
thoughtful. That because what it means is they can clone a you.
Thank God.
Yeah, finally.
Someone help me.
If you would like to order books, are there pre-orders available now?
There will be, but
Not yet.
that campaign is
All
not yet set up.
Okay.
Although, like, it's like out there. You know, if people you can pre-order it from any bookshop if you feel like it.
Now I'm looking. Hold on.
But there will be some sort of campaign where you get a thing. It's just not set up yet. But it should be on. It's on, you know.
I'm looking.
Cover's not been released yet, so it'll have like a grayed out box, but
Oh, are we still recording a podcast? Okay, so it is not. Oh wait, I'm thinking maybe I'm spelling that wrong.
He is, you guys. We've broken our Dan. We'll get to it.
I'm trying to see.
Our little Danny Pants is trying. Remember,
I'm trying to do my best here. Okay, but it is not up on our own little shop, but it sure will be soon. Which our little shop is known as kickbezosintheballs.org. That's where you can order Maureen's books, though not this one quite yet. But that's fine because you will have a good pre-order shop, I'm sure. But you can also get other kinds of books. That's at kickbezosintheballs.org. While you are purchasing things, why not head on over to merch.sayswhopodcast.com. That's our Says Who merch store where we have shirts and mugs and all kinds of things. Or if you want one of 3 patches, the only 3 patches in the whole world, you can go to shop.dansinker.com where I sell those 3 patches, the only 3 patches in the world.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to build some enthusiasm.
Do I not sound enthusiastic?
Yeah.
Do I not sound enthusiastic?
Everybody be chill, Dan. It's not okay.
Are you not entertained?
It's okay. Dan, you're doing great, Dan.
It's great.
Oh my God.
Welcome.
Oh boy. Oh no, he did it to me. Oh, he's so happy. He's now. Oh wow.
To Says Who, the podcast that isn't a podcast.
Oh shit. See how good it is? Feels good, doesn't
Tables
it?
are turned.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
The tables are turned.
Oh no. This is I'm Maureen Johnson.
No, you say it's a coping
It's
strategy.
a coping strategy. I'm
There you
Maureen
go.
Johnson.
We are. And I am Dan Sinker.
Dan,
I'm a little tired, Maureen.
you want to tell everybody why?
I think I complained about this the last time. I feel like this is some fucking...
hold on. Everybody, we're going to have another... This week's Dan. We're all talking through this. Now, Dan, how many jobs do you have?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a good start.
But I have a new one, which I think I've mentioned before. And it's great. I'm enjoying the work of it. It's really, really wonderful. But it is... most of the jobs that I have are sort of fluid. This one is fixed. The time that I have to work it is very fixed. It is not fluid because it is synchronous with other people and that sort of thing. And so I have now gone from a situation where I have a number of jobs, but they are all sort of fluid and I can work them as needed, other than sort of calls and things, to now every morning I have a thing.
Right.
So everything else has to fit in the time that is not that morning. And it turns out I have too many things. When they are compressed into a 3 or 4 hour window instead of a 8 hour window, it's a lot. And also, like I was saying to Janice earlier, it's not like I don't have time. But the time, the time that I do have, I would like to actually spend it with my family.
Right.
Like I could work the whole night, but that wouldn't be fun because then I wouldn't be watching Lego Masters with people and stuff.
Yeah, I just had this conversation with Oscar. Just, there is the thing about when he has a fixed job that is very intense because it's in video games. And so it takes it. He's kind of here, there, and everywhere, and it's getting sometimes it's a lot, and so you have to sit down and be like, "Hey, is this a lot? Like, are we doing a lot?
Yeah.
Do we need to do some other things?
Yeah,
besides work."
Yeah. So I just today, I actually don't work the job on Tuesdays, and so this morning I was like, "Well, I'm going to be able to do X, Y, Z," and I really only got partway through X. So. Because it turns out you can't cram everything else in. But anyway, that's me. I just feel a little bit worked right now.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Oh,
I mean, I should not complain. It is a really great, really rewarding job. And it is also bringing in income that is helping us to pay off some of the debt that we amassed last year, the year that everything broke.
Right.
So, it is what it is. That's just reality. But the reality is I could fall over. That's my reality. What about you, Maureen?
If you look down, you'll see that my desk is just absolutely full of this has been all morning. I've been just talking, grabbing the next set of notes and going, okay, great. Foom, foom.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to go into details, but I've been helping. I just told you, Dan, privately about it. Let me just say this. We're helping a family friend with a interpersonal violence problem.
Woof.
Who needs help. But I will say this. I came in as sort of recruit, and I've made a connection to my friend who is a specialist in domestic violence and interpersonal violence. And it's been a team effort, and but what I've really seen throughout it is the way people come together to help somebody else is the only way things get done. It's not a simple situation of you call the police.
Right.
Like, for example, yesterday she called the police and they did not come.
Oh, weird. They're usually so good at that. So,
but the good news is that watching a group of people come together to I'm like, this is how everything happens, isn't it? And I asked my friend who's the domestic violence person, I was like, it's the gangs of people, it's the networks, it's the friends, it's the family. And she's like, yeah, a lot of times. That's so the importance of just taking the time to help each other out. It's become very evident. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
And that's
totally.
That's a great thing. And it's a good thing to be spending your time on, even if it's, a little intense, is like, hey, let's just think about doing the good thing.
Yeah.
And getting all this done and doing this work. So, but I've been, I'm a small part of that, just connecting some people up and helping with some safety planning. And, it's intense, and I really hope this person is safe. And if you're, take the good note from this. It's the groups of people, it's your friends, it's your family at all times that always actually do the work. So that's a great thing.
It's true.
So yay to groups of people, friends, and just other people that get recruited to come in and be like, hey, we're going to help you.
Right.
It's magical.
Truly.
To see the helpers come out. Like the helpers, it's like helpers just come out of the walls sometimes.
Yeah.
When they see that help is needed.
Totally.
So yeah, it's looking for the helpers and the helpers coming. That's good. So let's keep the happy note on that one of the goodness of that, because truly a team emerged, and it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. That is awesome. But it is also a lot on top of a moment in time that is like you have a lot of things happening.
I'm a very small part of this, but watching the efforts of other people and facilitating conversations on helping with safety planning. Yeah, it's getting a sense also of what my friend does every day, or has done at a national level. It's very incredible. And I'm not going to get into it all, but like, sensing this world and like how much work is being done behind the scenes by groups of people is pretty something.
Totally.
A good thing can come of it, everybody.
I'm going to shift gears harshly.
Please.
Which is, you drew attention to the fact
that
you have piles of things behind you.
Yeah.
And 2 of those piles of things have the same graphic on them. And I'm wondering if that is a book cover.
It is. This is a book called When Sleeping Girls Lie. It is a new book that's coming out, and I was sent the book box for it.
I thought this was going to be your book cover. No,
this is someone else's. This is someone else's book.
That's a nice looking book box.
Yeah, she's great. So, So I was on another publicity call, and I had her box, and I pulled it out for something. But yeah, that's all done. But you can see that both Dan and I are just kind of like in the mix, because everybody, it's the end. Can you believe it? It's the end of February 2024.
Yeah, we even got an extra day here.
Oh my God, I forgot. It's leap year.
I know. I realized, and the funny thing about leap years is that they are very patterned, right? And it's like everyone knows, like leap years every 4 years. But for some reason, it feels more random in my brain than it is. So like last night, I was like, whoa, the last leap year, it was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
COVID was about to drop. It was already dropping, right? But like it was about to drop like a hammer here. And like, wow, that was a leap year. And it's like, yeah, of course, it was 4 years ago. And it didn't occur, like,
I'm gonna look.
Just leap years are weird. The way you have the ability to kind of look back and realize the patterns. Like, for instance, we had a whole thing of a bit ago where we were like, whoa, every election year is a leap year. Never occurred to me, but that is true.
I'm looking at my notebook from that time, and what I was writing down about.
Hold on.
What?
You just didn't get out of your chair. You leaned over just barely slightly out of frame, and you just pulled a notebook from 2020?
Yep.
Wow.
I know. Monday, March 16th is the first time that I made a note about COVID in New York. And I was writing down a little bit of what was going on each day. Yeah, Dan, it's because I have this whole wall thing where I can easily reach over and pull any of my notebooks. They all have a little shelf, and I can just reach over and grab them.
Mine are on a shelf, but I would have to get up and walk across the basement.
Check this out. That's where they are. So
where?
Right here. Like it's behind this thing.
Oh,
so
you've got a giant thing blocking my view there.
Oh, that's a little.
Okay.
So these are all shelves for them. See?
Okay.
Pretty cool. I know
That
what's
is pretty
going
cool.
on. You see, Dan, if you have enough planners and organizing shit in your office, nothing bad ever happens, and you have all
right.
your stuff together.
That's it. That's right. You're right.
What you need, Dan, are planners.
Oh, no.
Lots and lots of
The
planners.
return of Planner Maureen feels like a cry for help to me.
I'm good, Dan. This time I've got it. See? This is it, Dan. It's right here. I'm just writing a couple little notes down.
I know.
It's not that bad. There are no stickers in there, Dan. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm skeptical.
Dan, I'm fine.
I'm skeptical. I feel like you're, having a light beer and insisting that you're fine, and then next thing you know, we're gonna cut to you just 3 sheets to the wind, surrounded by planners.
Dan, I did have
70 different color pens. You're gonna have stickers stuck all over your body.
You mean like a bag full of like Post-its and I dropped something. Oh, it was a clip. I dropped a clip. Picking up my clip. Took all this to Mexico. Had so many clips. But Dan, I was just talking to my UK publicist, and one of the things she just kind of said was, when Trump wins later this year, and I was
fun.
But she said it in a way she's like, because that is possible, isn't it? I was like, she's like, I didn't think it was, but then I kept talking to some Americans, and people kept kind of saying like, yeah, no, he has every chance. And I said, yes, he does. He has every chance. He has every chance. She's like, because I thought that was impossible, but everyone kept saying, oh no, it's completely possible.
Yeah.
And I said, you sweet, sweet person.
Did you just take a big drag on your cigarette and be like, that's right, I've been saying that forever?
Hey, look, everybody. Listen, I tried to say I was weird in that one meeting when I was like the planning meeting when I was like, well, since next year's going to be so terrible. And they all looked at me like I was a serial killer.
Yeah, well, welcome to the jungle, motherfuckers.
I was here in 2016. I was here in 2020. And I'm still fucking here. That's right. My friend Dan and I, we're still here. We're just going to do this quick little thing in 2016. And we're still here. And it's still happening. It basically hasn't changed in all that time. When you think about it that way, it really hasn't. It's been one continuous situation, Dan.
Yeah, it's definitely been one continuous situation.
Mm-hmm. He is getting spicy. He'll be here within about a month. The trial's starting.
Oh yeah, it'll be less than a month. Till the trial starts.
He's got this $400 million bill or something that he's all these bills.
Yeah.
$450. So he's got all this money that he doesn't have, and trials coming up, unpaid lawyers. Yeah.
Yep. Should be fine.
How's Don Jr.?
Literally,
how's Don Jr. doing?
Well, Maureen Johnson, I'm glad you asked. Been a long time since we've talked about old Dojo. He was in the news yesterday. New York Daily News title, White Powder Delivered to Donald Trump Jr.'s Florida Home.
I put my head down.
Daily Beast hazmat team spotted at Don Jr.'s Florida home after white powder discovered.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Politico. Authorities investigate suspicious substance sent to Don Jr.'s Florida home. Subtitle, the powder isn't believed to be deadly.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's I don't think it is, Dan. I think I know what it is. I think it's the stuff that my eye doctor was like when she ran down the list of things that could cause this, and she said, "Do you do cocaine?" And I said, "No." And then she said, "Do you drink a lot of coffee?" And I said, "Yes." Well, Dan, somehow I feel like what Dojo has in his house, and that could be connected.
Yeah, possibly. I just feel like, do you think it crossed his mind when he was like, oh, everyone's going to have a field day with this?
I don't think that I don't think that Dojo is a dweller on things. I think
That's true. Doesn't have a lot of self-awareness, certainly.
no. I think also that there was this is a little too general to be considered reporting, but just a headline about somebody saying there was a lot of use of cocaine, stimulants, Adderall in the Trump orbit.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a surprise to anyone. I think that's probably accurate because if you've ever seen any of them talk ever.
Yeah.
They all look like they've been up for 17 weeks. And getting their, getting hairdos, and it's a grim group and I was describing it to my publicist. I'm like, yeah, there's every possibility that he'll be, he could be in prison or imprisoned in some way while he's running for office. And because they won't be able to keep him in a normal prison, who knows what they'll do? Like keep him in a house or a military base or something. And I'm like, basically, we're creating an evil villain with a lair.
It really is. It's like the X-Men when Magneto had to be like put in a plastic cell so that he couldn't manipulate metal.
Yeah, it's like we've put that person in a super weird cell, and now, like a true supervillain, they're going to be like, "Hey, I'm still here, and I'm still trying to be president," and I very well may be.
Authorities on Monday responded to Donald Trump Jr.'s Florida home after the former president's son opened an envelope with a suspicious white powder in it. Do you think he opened that envelope and thought, uh-oh? Or do you think his first thought was, don't mind if I do?
Yeah, I think it's that one, Dan. I think it's that one.
So he snorted it, and only then did he realize, oh, I don't know enough. Does cocaine have a smell?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. It must, right? Like
the only thing I've heard of, maybe it has a taste or something.
Right, but I think you would, I would assume there's some level of olfactory or taste-like thing that happens as it moves from your nose into the back of your mouth and shit, right? I don't know.
Must sting, I guess.
I feel like he did that and then was like, that wasn't the norm. Right? And then suddenly he realized, like, oh, wait a second. What did I just snort?
I could see that happening.
I mean, probably not the first time he's asked himself that question, let's be honest.
So yeah, Dan, we are still kind of in the ramp up, the preview, the orchestra warming. The orchestra is about to warm up. The audience has assembled and the orchestra is going like just kind of getting everything in tune before they start the overture.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now, Dan. At the end of February 2024, how do you feel?
Generally?
Yeah.
I feel tired.
Okay.
I feel tired. Specifically about the election, I don't feel good, Maureen. I definitely don't feel good.
No.
I did see Jamel Bowie, who I feel like has a better sense of things than many. Basically was like, it's funny to me that the general belief is that Donald Trump is an electoral juggernaut, right? Like that he's being treated that way. That he in fact is supported by a small but sizable, or sizable but small, like very loud set of diehards, right? But that even if you look at something like, I mean, he's winning all of these fucking primaries by a ton, right? But like in South Carolina, Nikki Haley got like almost 40% of the vote. And like, yes, he got more than that, but this is primaries, right? And what we're told over and over again is like that, just, he's the guy, but you're talking about 40% of Republicans that are voting in primaries, which are typically your most like dyed in the wool committed people. They're not feeling it, Which isn't to say that it is not going to be hard, and also isn't to say that the Biden administration isn't doing a remarkable job of stepping on their own dick left and right. But but it's not. I don't know that it's a sure thing.
No, Dan. So you're saying at the end of February 2024, you're feeling tired?
Yeah.
And you don't feel good about the election?
Correct.
Now, I think that means it's a good time to make sure we're booked in for Disney. I'm not wrong about this.
You're not wrong about this.
Can you imagine, Dan? Election night 2024. It's you and me, the fams.
Mm-hmm.
We're in our room at one of the Disney World hotels.
Yeah.
All of us together.
Yeah.
Holding Dole whips. With rum in them. Turning the TV on and saying, this time we do it together.
It's not I don't hate it. I am having a hard time squaring the Florida-ness of it. That is, I think, my hardest part in it. As Florida goes more and more off the rails. Did you see that this week the like Surgeon General of Florida, whoever the head doctor is of Florida?
I think they call it that. The big doctor. They call it Big Doctor.
Big Doctor. Big Doc. Florida Big Doc.
Mm-hmm.
There's a measles outbreak happening, and he's basically like, well, you know, if your kids aren't vaccinated, it's up to you. Like that kind of shit that I'm just like, I don't know that I can fuck with Florida. Certainly right now. I mean, for any number of reasons, that's only the most recent. That to me is the main part that gives me a little bit of pause.
Right.
The Florida-ness of it.
At the same time, I feel like it's almost not Florida. It's like a kind of separate colony.
I agree with that. But I think there's just a point where Florida becomes so reprehensible politically. And I know a lot of people listening live there. And I get it. It's hard for me to square. It's hard for me to square putting
okay, how about think about it this
tourism
way.
dollars in.
Disney is fighting Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, sort of. They seem to be sort of giving up on that.
Dan, we got to do it.
I'm just saying, I think we need to think through, probably not live on the air.
Okay. All right.
Some of the logistical parts of it.
California?
And whether, because there is a whole Disney over in California that feels slightly easier to square politically.
I think we should be together for this one, Dan.
I like it. I like this conceptually a lot.
Yeah.
Because it is February and it is a lot. I can't even imagine. Can you even imagine?
That's why I'm saying book it. Like, because we don't, it's like pre-planning.
One of these guys is going to die, right? Between now and then.
That's why I'm saying we got to pre-plan and be like, make ourselves a landing spot so that we can then have a message out to the SaysWhovians so that we can all kind of be together in the moment.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
This is what I mean. This is about community. Like, there's no overstating the importance of linking arms. I like it. So that's what I'm saying, Dan.
I hear what you're saying.
And I think we should be a little drunk. I'm not a big drinker, Dan, but I feel like this occasion probably calls for, like, we should be able to be a little bit drunk and then maybe at some point in the evening wander out and just drop into the swimming pool.
Like a stone.
Thunk.
Where's Maureen? She dropped into the swimming pool.
She's just floating in circles. She's on a little floaty, but she's just kind of spinning. I'm telling you, Dan, the one other bit I'm going to make for Florida is that there's a hotel that has a lazy river that goes all the way around it. And you can literally just get on a float with a drink and just float in circles, big circles, for as long as you want, and they will never stop you.
I like the idea that there are some hotels where they're sitting there at the lazy river with like a counter.
Yep.
And they're like, sorry, you've hit your 5 loops. You're out.
I did it for 3 hours. And I came out changed.
That's nice.
I came out feeling okay.
I do love a lazy river a lot.
They seem to fix something. The idea of just floating and traveling, like it fixes something in my head. And the lazy river is the water's 3 feet deep, and I can literally grab the side and climb out. So, you know.
Is that a lazy river where you're in a tube, or are you just free floating?
You're in a tube.
Yeah, I like it. I like a tube lazy river a lot.
Making the case for this. You guys, SaysWhovia, chime in. I believe that we need to get this booked because, Dan, it's kind of, it's developing slowly, but I'm telling you, when it's the fact that it is kind of thrumming so slowly means that the weirdness is only building.
Right.
And that goes for everybody. Find your own personal lazy river, your own beautiful thing. Pre-plan something beautiful for yourself.
Yep.
Just something nice, no matter what it is. I think that's going to be important.
Man, that's a good plan.
And maybe make a plan to just be with some friends on election night.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. And every other night in between.
I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, okay.
I just realized what the fuck.
And this is what we do. This is what we do, Dan. This is what this has been for.
That's true.
Yeah. It's going to be fine. You trust me. I'll do the planning and
This is our 323rd episode.
Dan, I'm going to do all the planning so you don't have to. And then I'm going to present it to you as a fait accompli and be like, I think we should do this. And then he'll thank me later when he's sitting there next to me, you guys, with his Dole Whip with rum on it. And we're recording our reactions. He'll be like, thank God you did this. Mark my words. Also, it's
300.
And let's not pretend it's going to be decided that night.
I think there are like 190 Town Watch episodes too.
And let's not pretend it's going to be decided that night.
Oh, it definitely won't be decided that night.
So,
I mean, I think one of the things that was truly remarkable about 2020 was that it actually got decided that week.
It wasn't
Saturday morning.
It wasn't that
Saturday morning. It was it was.
I thought it was about a week and a half or 2 weeks.
No. The election was on a Tuesday, and the Saturday morning at
Four Seasons,
when Giuliani took not the stage, took his place in front of the garage door,
right,
at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, was exactly the moment that it was called.
I'm going to plan our party. It's what we've been here for all this time.
That's good because you definitely don't have anything else to do.
I love to plan, though.
You do. I see your planner
Look
right there.
Look at what I have.
The way you said that. It was like a king demanding to look upon my realm.
She said, and I did grab it and I held up my planner like it was the map of my kingdom.
She did. Feast your eyes upon all that is before me. It's just a calendar and some half-size pages. Yes.
A wall of washi tape. What if you turn around and it was back and I had a whole wall of washi tapes?
I mean, it's only a matter of time, Maureen.
I don't have any. I have one.
Yeah, see,
but
that's how it starts.
It came in a book preview box.
That's how it starts, Maureen.
I didn't buy it.
That's how it starts. Next thing you know, your dojo getting your drug order, forgetting that it was your drug order, calling the cops on yourself.
Someone ordered all these stickers. All these stickers with motivational phrases on them.
It's happening.
You have too many jobs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to coordinate everything through serious planners.
I mean, it's literally the same shit, different day. How?
Yep.
We're like caught in a loop.
Yes. It's a good loop, though. I'm in it with you. I feel like that's the great thing, Dan, is that I feel like I'm in it with you.
You know, if you think of it in leap years, this is only our second year.
But it's not a leap year. count. It's not a leap year based system, Dan.
But it could be.
It's
If we adopted a leap year based system, this is only our second year doing this.
It's 8 years, Dan.
I know, but
It's 8 years, Dan.
It's only 2 in leap years.
It's 8 years and our third Trump election,
That's actually
Dan.
not true. This is our third leap year. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because Maureen,
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize this.
Right.
Every election year, presidential election year, is a leap year. So this is our third year.
He has too many jobs. And you feel okay?
Wait, that's...
Oh, no.
It's not.
It is.
Because it's not. It's not.
2016, 2020,
2016,
2020, 2024. It is. That's 3. Yeah. That's 3. Do you feel better for that discovery?
No. Yeah. No, I feel worse now. I felt better when it was 2.
And now?
Now I feel worse.
Right.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a lot worse. I double checked there for a second.
Yeah. Well, Dan.
Yeah.
You made my dog bark.
I don't know how I would have done that.
She's trying to make you feel better.
You know what's not going to help me feel better is that. Just let her know. It's not working. It's not cheering me up.
Harsh.
You know, truth hurts.
Well, Dan, what else is there?
Well, Maureen, I feel like a horrible thing happened this week, and I don't say this in a funny way. I'm not leading up to fucking.
Yeah, you and I were kind of, I think, trying to really figure out how to.
This week, a serviceman named Aaron Bushnell walked to the Israeli embassy in DC and set himself on fire and died. And that is fucking horrific. And it is horrific in a way that is hard for my head to process, I think. And it is horrific in the fact that it is a reflection of horrors and in protest of horrors that have been happening and unfolding in Gaza for months now. You know, it's just rough. It's rough in my head. I mean, it's fuck my head, but it's just rough.
Right.
Right.
Well, you know, we're going to be careful how we talk about this. That's, you know, we're not going to obviously break that down any more than that. Like, like we're not going to, you know, so don't worry about any discussion of the details of that. But why he did it was so that we could not look away. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
He decided to do something so extreme by personal sacrifice that it could not be ignored.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, which is not to say that it has been capable of ignoring what is unfolding, like what has been going on.
Right.
But it is a very sharp point.
Yes.
On it right now. And it's just awful, you know. Every fucking day there is that shit. Like when I think about why do I feel tired, that is part of it, right? Like we are all living through something incredibly awful and horrific, and that feels hard to have agency that would influence any of it, I would say. You know? Yeah. Which is not to say that people are not and should not be speaking up and protesting and getting loud and doing everything they can, and people are all the time, and it is amazing. But it is a lot. It is a lot to carry.
Certainly, it was also interesting seeing some media response and how outlets had to be forced to say what he was saying as he did this. To say why he did not, like, he just went and did this thing. Yeah. Well, no, he went and he did this thing whilst giving a very, very specific message. Yeah. And the words he was shouting were Free Palestine. Yeah. So they had to say that. And watching the media coverage on this has been fascinating. Like, how would they cover it? What would they say?
Right. Yeah, and the cynical part of me is like they won't say anything soon. You know,
Right.
like it for the level of sacrifice, it feels, you know, we're not good at covering that stuff.
No.
You know,
No.
so it's hard. And it also, I mean, it comes at a time where I think it feels especially dire, you know, as it feels that slaughter is going to be raining down on Rafah, the last place of refuge, basically, for Palestinians who have been kind of pushed down and down and down further south into the country. And now suddenly it's like, oh, well, that's where the next round of bombing is going to happen. That's not going to end well, you know. That's hard. It's also interesting today. We're recording this on Tuesday, and the Michigan primaries are tonight. And there's a very large Middle Eastern community in Michigan, in Dearborn and other places in Michigan. And there has been a movement largely driven by youth there to vote uncommitted in the primary tonight, since, you know, Biden's going to win it no matter what.
Right.
But can we get enough uncommitteds on this to send a message? You know,
There was a very weird clip yesterday because Biden was here in New York, and I guess he was at Van Leeuwen, which is an ice cream store.
yeah.
And so he was getting a big old ice cream, and
Yeah.
he's standing there with the ice cream cone, and somebody in the press pool asked him about the situation, and he said, "We're very close to a ceasefire agreement. It may be reached tomorrow." But he's standing there holding an ice cream.
Yeah.
I just saw that clip up. I was like, what's happening?
It's moments like that where I just really don't quite understand their handlers.
No.
Like, who thought that was going to go anyway? That like, okay, yes, he is giving a message that he is saying the word ceasefire. He is doing all of these things. Is clearly pointed toward trying to get, you know, voters who are upset with him, and rightly so upset with him in Michigan, to come around. And yet somehow they put him in an ice cream shop eating ice cream.
Just stop it with the ice cream.
Yeah.
In general, never shoot him in an ice cream place again. Stop it. Stop putting him in ice cream parlors.
I get it when it's like, you know, kind of happy, fun Biden meme, but not, maybe think that one through a little bit more.
I just think they should be done with the ice cream.
I'm good with that.
I don't think it's ever good. Stop it. But that was a truly surreal.
Yeah.
I think everybody went, what?
Yeah.
What is,
especially because it's the same fucking day that day after a dude fucking burned himself to death.
right.
You know, don't go to the ice cream shop. Wild idea. Maybe don't go to the ice cream shop.
Yeah. If you really want the ice cream, they can bring you ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, don't do it with a phalanx of reporters.
Yeah. When I eat ice cream, I do it. I don't want anyone looking at me. I want to be alone with my ice cream.
We have been eating these cheap ice cream sandwiches, and they're good.
Where are they from?
They're just like from the grocery store. Like, you know, they're just like a box of 12.
Right.
They're very inexpensive. Boy, they're good. The cookie on this is like a very abrupt
it is.
change of conversation.
Listen, you guys, we have to be careful and move gingerly around this.
It's just hard. I mean, it's just awful. Anyway, the cookie, Maureen, on an ice cream sandwich. Why don't anyone make that in a real cookie life? Why can't I go buy an ice cream sandwich cookie?
They do. They sell those.
Do they though?
I
think part of it's that they're all soft because they've been sitting on top of ice cream
right.
in a freezer or something. But I don't know that you could recreate that. But man, I like an ice cream sandwich cookie.
Are you imagining we could have those down at our thing?
Well, no, we wouldn't have the ice cream sandwich. We'd have a Mickey Premium bar.
Yeah. Sounds like the more I talk about it.
Or as the little one calls them, Mickey Creamium bars.
Listen, that little kid is going to be absorbing a lot of negative vibes that day. He's going to need an ice cream bar.
He's not even that little. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's big. In fact, he sat down next to me last night, and it's warm here right now. It's like 65, 70 degrees. But though I think we're supposed to get like a tornado tonight, and then it's going to be like 20. But that's a norm. All of these statements are normal things for February. And I sat down next to me. This is a thing that, like, as you're a parent, and parents listening will know this moment, but like he sat down, I don't think he was wearing shorts, but like his pant leg was like pushed way up, and he like flopped down, and I was like, you have a man leg suddenly. like he's this tiny little skinny kid, but boy, his leg, I suddenly was like, that is not a kid leg anymore.
He's growing.
I know, he's growing. That's wild.
The teen was 11 during the first time that we did this.
It's true.
When he had the pies and the charts, and
I know, now he's all off on his own, living his own life. He's coming home.
Dan's gonna start crying
spring
again.
Break.
He's gonna start crying again
in a week and a half. He's coming home. Excited to see him.
Dan, I also want to recommend, if you have a Trader Joe's near you.
Okay. I'm listening.
They sell mini ice cream cones.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, just do yourself a favor. They have a vegan version as well. Always have a box of those in the freezer.
Yeah.
They're just tiny. A little something after dinner, a little tiny one of those. It's not huge, but give yourself a little something.
Let me tell you a story of the Trader Joe's near me.
Okay.
Which is, I don't frequent it a lot because it's bananas, right? Like it's like you kind of gear up for it like you're going into battle or something.
I know, yeah, same here.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of universally true. But I would go. And I'm not going to name any names here.
Okay.
There's a notable person in Chicago. Not like majorly notable, but notable at least in the circles that I run in. Who got outed as being a grade A creep. Like grade A creep. And lost his job as a result of it, and rightfully so. And a friend of mine who lives in the same place I do texts me and goes, guess who got a job at the Trader Joe's?
Whoa. Blind item.
Yeah. Which is like a major step down from where he was. Right. But I think his health insurance for a family and that kind of thing. But like now I never want to go because I'm like, like the few times I've gone, I've texted them, been like, I'm here. I've got my head on a swivel.
You can't beat their flower department, Dan, though. They got a great flower department.
I thought you meant like flour like you bake with.
Yeah,
I was going to be
that's
like,
right.
You go to Trader Joe's for the flour?
I love flour, Dan. I like to have white powder around at all times. That's right. White powder as much as possible. No, they have a great flower department. They have lots of fresh flowers.
That's true. They do have a very nice flower department.
I will say.
But see, now I got to go and be like, am I going to have to see a creep?
Also, though, if you buy vegetables there, my advice is use them that day.
Maureen just leaned over and picked something up, and I feel like you're about to do a product endorsement. The way you're holding it, I feel like you're about to be like, and this.
Well, this is what we call the no-no stick.
Oh, it's because of your dog, right?
Yeah, because she just came and she's staring at me and she's making goober teeth at me like she wants to bark. All I do is hold up this little device, which if I hit this button will make a weird noise.
Okay.
And so she just knows that when I'm holding this object, she's not supposed to bark. That's all I really have to do is pick it and hold it up. And if it's not nearby, sometimes I pick up any object nearby and hold it in the same way. And she'll respond the same way to that object. Like, mom's holding a candle. I shouldn't bark.
I just saw someone on Threads this morning say, sometimes, because it's like getting nice out, sometimes I'm sitting on my porch with my dog and the UPS truck will drive up and my dog will stand at the door and whine till I open the door, and then they will start barking at the UPS guy through the door.
That's right. We don't deserve dogs.
Dogs are dumb.
No, they're amazing.
They're so dumb.
Damn.
They're hilariously dumb.
No, they're brilliant. My girl is genius. She knows her toys by name.
Yeah. When Janice and I were first dating, she had a border collie who was legitimately incredibly smart. And I was obsessed with trying to teach her to react to tones like a dolphin. I don't think it ever worked, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, I can ask Dexy to get specific toys and she'll go get them.
Well.
So there you go. My child is smart. Look at my child can pick up any toy. So Dan, what's our main takeaway this week? Oh, hang on. Hello.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
are.
Maureen's mindfulness moment for this week. Now, we've had a lot of heavy subjects this week.
Yep.
Well, truly, we have touched on some heavy shit. But what have we learned? What have we learned? We've learned that truly the work comes from us together. That is the absolute truth. Us, our friends, our networks, our families, your friend gang, and even the people that come out of nowhere to say, hey, I'm going to help you. I'm going to come, make you something to eat. And sometimes they say, I'm going to sit here with you while you do this, and then I'll get you some soup or something. And then they give you soup. And then you feel a little bit better, but then you feel a lot better because they're sitting with you still and they're like, hey, I'm going to do it because no one else is coming. It's us. But that's the good news. It's us. It's always been us working together that matters. So remember, remember to take care of each other because no one's coming, but we're all together. So we are coming. We are coming together. We're linking arms. And that's what I got for you this week. So remember, call your friends, call whoever you just say, hey, I'm just reaching out. Mindfulness moment. That's a pretty good one.
That was a good one. Have I shown you these?
Oh, he's gone.
Have I shown you these, Maureen?
Hey, no, I haven't seen those yet. Move it back a little bit so I can see them. Dex, no. Dexy, no. Put that down.
Oh no, what does she have? Is it your planner?
She's off. She picked up something that was in another book box that I got for another book that came out, and it came with a little promo item, and she just picked it up and looked at me like, and then she just darted off.
Oh, good. Perfect.
That happens a lot.
Well, look at these though.
That's our mindfulness moment sticker packs. That's the new sticker that's super shiny and cool.
It's glittery.
What do they say? Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
Can I read them?
Are you seeing it backwards?
No, I'm seeing it the right way. The top one says, today's the day or this week or whatever. Honestly, just take a nap. It's 2024. Get the extra large. Go for it before it goes for you. And anything worth doing can probably be done later.
It's true. They're glittery. These just hit the mail yesterday.
Those are going to be useful.
To our February sticker club
I will
members.
say truly that if you subscribe to the sticker club, you get something truly amazing every month.
They're good. You get good stuff.
Dan puts 1,000% into whatever it is he's doing.
I do. That's part of my problem. I don't half-ass anything.
Do I?
No.
I do a little.
No, you don't.
All right.
We're full assers, you and me.
That's right. Full ass.
That's us. Says who? It's made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho, our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. And that $10 a month level gets you a sticker in the mail every month because you become a member of the aforementioned Says Who Sticker Club. Here's the trick of the sticker club. Y'all are going to hear this description of these stickers and be like, well, I want those stickers. Well, guess what? It's too late. These stickers went to the people that did February. But the best thing is there's always something better coming up. The next month's another surprise.
Yeah.
So there you are. You just got to get in it Got to get in it to win it. Patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music is performed by Ted Leo. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at SaysWho Podcast on Threads, at SaysWho at omfg.town on Mastodon. You can email at hey, that is HEY, at SaysWhoPodcast.com. You can join the discussion on Facebook at /group/SaysWhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. You can also join the fan-run Discord server at tinyurl.com/SaysWhoDiscord. Spread the word, subscribe, please leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you listen to podcasts. And you can join us next week. That is March 6th. This February shit's over. You know what's on March 5th, Maureen?
Is it Super Tuesday?
It is Super Tuesday. I mean, it's funny because I was going to say it's the end, really the end of this presidential primary season, but let's be real. There was never a point where any of this was in doubt.
No.
But yeah, it'll be Super Tuesday. We're going to record on Super Tuesday, but again, we know the results. So you can join us next week, March 6th.
Do you want to
for our very
record on
next
Wednesday?
episode.
Is it worth it?
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, no, neither do I.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it at all. We can literally record on Tuesday and pretend. We can be like, oh, and the results and blah, blah, blah. Wasn't that interesting? But none of it's interesting. We have a presidential primary season where there's literally no, the outcome is 100% known.
Great.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
From my basement in Chicago, I am dancing.
From best city in the world.
Is it though?
No notes. I am Maureen Johnson.
Speaking of your best city in the world,
Yep.
Janice sent me a screen grab.
Mm-hmm.
And it just says, giant venomous spiders the size of your hand are parachuting their way to New York.
Sorry?
That's the headline.
Excuse me?
Let me zoom in. There's a caption underneath the photo of a very large spider.
Feel like you
It says,
could have led with this in many ways.
It says, I just remembered it when you said best city in the world. It says, one thing that wasn't on our 2024 bingo card was giant spiders the size of our hand making their home in New York City. But alas, we may be in for a rude awakening. An invasive species of spiders, dubbed Joro spiders, have been spotted as far north as Maryland, and experts say they'll soon reach New York.
What? No, Dan.
Get ready, Maureen.
I can't. Okay. What?
Yeah. The good news is they eat spot and lanternflies. So you're good there.
I'm just going to put my head down.
The size of your hand.
I'm just going to put my head down.
They're really good at hitchhiking on cars and trucks.
Okay, so fine. Okay, great.
Joros can latch onto vehicles. One person visiting grandma from Georgia could bring the things to New York. Joros can spread by, quote, ballooning or moving through the air by shooting a thread that catches the wind. Air currents carry them along, but not far. Wow. Have fun. Greatest city in the world.
Okay, great. Fine. I don't care. I'm good with it. This has been Says Who. Come on, just bring the spiders. I don't even care anymore. It's fine. I welcome them.